What is up, Total Excellence dudes? Thank you all for joining the stream. As for tonight, I'm going to showcase this amazing art piece by Freddie Williams II of Omni-Man from Invincible. And I didn't know until I think Ed Boon's recent announcement that it's Invincible's 20th anniversary. And he just showcased Omni-Man for Mortal Kombat 1. And it's just beautiful. That's all I can say. It's pretty. I don't know, man. It's pretty nuts, man. And I believe now they've announced Invincible season 2. And let me just disappear so that way you get to hear me while I'm coloring this bad boy. In 3, 2, 1, a boosh. All right, dudes. So let me get back into coloring. Do my thing. I'm just starting a little early just to experiment to see if, maybe if I started 5, maybe. Who knows? Maybe people might show up. I could be wrong, and, might be a huge inconvenience for a few people. And if it is, just let me know. Do some classic cell shading, Omni-Man's not too much of a difficult character to do some work on. Actually, let me actually do it with this character. Let it go. Then he has a pretty simple, straightforward color scheme. Let's see. Just look up. Go. Let me double check just to make sure that, yep, time lapse is on. So that way, after I'm done coloring this bad boy, I'll be posting it on every social media platform known to man. Okay. Okay. Starting to look promising so far, dudes. We got Madness Comics Network in the chat, aka Pops Van Zam. Ayo, Total Excellence. What's up, Pops? How are you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, bud. Go on, color this bad boy here. Love Freddie William Johnson's art style. It's has a nice stylized style to his artwork, as well as um, how he even like interprets certain characters in his pieces. Is this Cape Bread too? I believe so. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna give it like a more darker red, so that way it's not too blended in with his cape and all that stuff. Oh, so pretty much here, I'll keep it the same red. Everything else is gonna be a nice darker red. Go. And boom, bam. All right, then select this bad boy here. Go. Try this other red. Okay, this one looks better. I really like that one better than the other red. Let's see, we need to bring this draw stream to the Madness Roku network. Got a plug, brother? I don't know what you mean by that, Pops, by plug. Just let me know what you mean. If anything, just DM me on the Twitter, because I honestly don't know how to do that part. Just doing the whole plugging. I know, like, with StreamYard, it does that. I got to plug. Let me see here. So what I'm trying to do here, dudes, is I want to get Omni-Man's color scheme down. He has like this pretty much his pepper hair going on, salt and pepper color scheme with his hair. Let's see. Let's try. Kind of want a more bolder color scheme for the skin. So we can find that. It's all about experimenting. Looks promising so far. I'm not happy, but I think this one is pretty close enough. Let's see here. Okay, and then I kind of want to make his hair pretty much like, I don't want to give it like boring gray or something along those lines like that. Like I kind of want to make his hair look interesting, you know? We're going to give some shadows. See how this looks. Oh, this looks done. Let's say that much. We got Creators Outlet in the chat. Hail Toll Excellence. What's up, dude? Thanks for coming by the stream. Oh, okay. I get it now, Pops. My bad. I'm just having a boomer moment. Oh, that's right. I remember your Kickstarter launch for the Madness Roku Network. That's awesome, dude. Madness Roku Network Kickstarter campaign is live now. Oh, sweet, dude. Yeah, man. Hopefully you get funded, dude. It's crazy, man. Funny enough, my smart TV is a Roku TV. So, I mean, most likely we'll be able to see you guys doing your thing. So, there's some little things here and there. Kind of want to make sure that this looks nice and clean. Oh. Whew. I got this orange here. Kind of want to give these clouds, just make these clouds a little bit more interesting, you know, than this boring orange background. Over here. Hmm. Well, let's try this yellow here. There you go. Looks feels more golden age, if anything. We'll get these clouds here. Some personality, right? Put do not disturb mode on my phone. I tend to forget to do that little detail, but kind of want to change things up. Just want to do something a little different, just to experiment. That's then. Oops. Go. So pretty much use complementing color. So that way it's nice and blended. So now I'm going to use another one to go on ahead and this one now. And this bad boy here. What else? Okay. Then we're going to grab this one here. I think this one's a good one to use for the background. What can I use for the background? Yeah, I think this is an appropriate color for the green. What's up, Adam Does Art? Oh, hey, looks like you went live in the most coincidental perfect time. Yeah, dude, I just want to experiment and see how the time looks because I always go live 9 Eastern Standard Time. So I just want to test it out, see maybe if I start like 5 o'clock, maybe it'll be a difference and maybe more convenient for you guys. So you get to watch my process. I just finished watching the new trailer for Invincible, and your live stream was in the related tab to the right. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Because I was on Twitter, and funny enough, I've watched a trailer for Mortal Kombat 10, and pretty much same thing. Like, what was it? It was Ed Boon who tweeted just to celebrate the 20th anniversary for Invincible's 20th anniversary. He basically just showed the trailer for the DLC of Omni-Man. So I just want to take the opportunity, and since it was trending, just want to go on ahead and just, color this bad boy Omni-Man over here. just to see, what ideas I can do with this bad boy here. Now I'm just playing around with color schemes and, what other ideas I can do. Right now I'm just playing around with the background colors. I mean, I know for a fact whenever you use background colors, whenever you do comic coloring, you just use cooler colors so that way it's much more easier on the eyes. And then, you just use bold, warm colors like pretty much Omni-Man over here. He has a nice, bold color scheme. Everything is like, red and white. You can't go any more simple than that. And I tried to find Ryan Otley's Omni-Man, but I mean, it was either doing some comic book pages, which I would not mind doing just to like do my own take on the page, or something that's more easy, kind of like all up on your face. It might be easy to, that might be more interesting. So I chose that. Something that's going to be more interesting. And besides, I'm going to be using this later on down the line once I'm done coloring this bad boy. I'll be sharing the time lapse. Nice. It's looking good so far. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, Adam. Glad that you came by the stream, dude. And took an interest in it because I just want to test out the waters and see how it goes. I appreciate you coming by, dude. And I'll be doing coloring streams. I might be doing it maybe twice or maybe 3 times a week. So that way, I can build some growth in my channel. Because I do have other projects that I want to like, take on and just show that, like I know how to freaking color. I also have my own project that I want to work on as well called Pro Wrestling Gators. So I'm just doing everything I can just to like keep myself busy. What else can I do to make this piece more interesting? I don't know how y'all's weeks been going so far. Just to starting off your weekend right. Let me see. Do you have the omnibuses? I noticed they have a lot of sketches and work in progress art at the back of the books. If you want to see some of Kirkman or whoever's original works, I mean, I assume it was back when they were still coming up with the character concepts. Let's see. No, I don't have the omnibuses, but my gosh, dude, it's just crazy, man. Like how popular that show was, and just these humongous. I don't even know what the heck they're called. I don't even think they're. I mean, are they called omnibuses? I think it's called. Oh my God, what is it called? I feel like I gotta Google because Google's like my best friend, or even Amazon, if anything. What the heck it's even called? Because I know they have their own. Compendium. Jeez Louise, bro. What a word. Compendium. I guess that's how you're supposed to say compendium. Volume 1. And like, these things are insane. Yeah, these things can carry up to issue 0 to 47, which to me is insanity. It's like, my gosh, dude. And it's paperback too, so it's like, I just know for a fact that spine, you know, is going to give out later on if you overuse it. But yeah, but gosh dang, bro, that word, that word, it's just I can't, man. I just know my English, like my English teacher is just smacking their over their heads right now. Let me see. Just got off work about an hour ago, so going all right so far. Also, no worries, man. I've seen some of your vids before. It's just been a while since I've interacted with any comic creators. Okay, dude. Yeah, man. I'm getting back in the saddle of live streaming and stuff, so I figured, trying to get back on the saddle and try to figure out what will be the best time for, people to watch and stuff. I mean, so far it's been twos, then zeros, and twos again. So, I'm just trying to build myself back up. But yeah, dude, I can't even say the word, dude. I have to use Google language because, my God, man, I don't remember that in, like, I don't know, middle school when I was, like, in a spelling bee. Can you imagine you just say compendium? There you go. Compendium. That's what it actually is. Compendium. Wow, I am so bad. No worries. I would have never remembered the word compendium if my life depends on it. Well, I said on a live stream, so Oh my gosh, that's funny. Gosh, what else can I do to? I'm fine with Pixels 2. Is like the resolution is 72, which is good. Like at least when I post it, it's not gonna be any like freaking scalpers that are gonna find whatever art piece they see that's good quality art to go and print it on their online store without the artist's permission, of course. They'll just do whatever I think they could do whatever the heck they want since the internet is like a free resources for art. Is honestly not how it should be looked at. You gotta always protect your works. It's stuff like that to happen. Something like 72 DPI. There is no way you're gonna. There is no way you'll be able to print that. You gotta at least have 300 DPI to get anything printed. I think DPI is what is it? Digital pixel, or is it? Yeah, it's digital pixels by inches, basically. But who knows? I am just a random dude on the internet coloring. I remember I would tell my friends that, oh, like, what do you do if, in your free time? And I'd say, oh, like, I color comics. I'm a color. Yeah, I color comics. And, like, basically looked at me straight in the face. And he said, can you, like, use a different word? It's not, coloring. Since, I'm basically like a grown man at this point with facial hair. It's like, I don't know, dude. Like, I told my friend this, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like, that's how, that's the title. Being a colorist, I color. It's like, just stop saying color. Just say painting. How about that? Can you just say that you're painting? And I'm just thinking in my head, like, yeah, you know what? I think painting is more acceptable. You know, I'm painting comic books. I'm digitally painting them, but you know, I guess it sounds less. I guess sound less like a toddler in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I'm just a guy coloring in the internet. But people have a hard time pronouncing my name too. Is either Ichthy5, which I won't get mad at that. I mean, that's pretty much a proper way of saying it. But most people, whenever I jump onto a live stream, they'll call me Itchy5. And I don't blame them. I would honestly would say the same thing. I'll even say Itchy5 with no shame at all. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let me use a paint bucket tool. Let's see, what will the paint bucket tool will do for me? I think since all of Freddy's lines are so tight, I think now I just got to use my best friend, the lasso tool. Would you be surprised how many people that will do the digital coloring phase would hate the lasso tool? No, I'm just surprised. I'm just seeing more and more people like saying they hate the lasso tool. Maybe it's just something that they're not used to using, or something that the benefits of it. Because again, in some kind of shape or form, you technically are outlining what you've drawn, and now you're just selecting just to let the program know, like, hey, you see this that I selected? I want you to color that. Let's see here. Oh heck yeah! Oh man, this is looking so good so far. I can already see it, dudes. Yeah, once I get excited, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm starting to see progress and some promise. Heck to the yes. All right, so yeah. Oh man, this is beautiful. That's a sexy looking building. See, Adam does art. It does sound a bit funny, but non-artists wouldn't understand. Might be better to even refer yourself as a kind of illustrator too. But yeah, digital painter is probably best. Yeah, I guess it's just social norms, you know. It's like it's happening the same thing with Scott the Flock Wilson. He's the guy that I do the Flock comics with. That I color his comic and all this stuff, and you know, having a good working relationship. And I always have fun working on his book, especially now that I have a solid idea on how to color the Flock, and even the art is his art has improved over the years. I think it's like next year it'll be 3 years I've worked on the Flock, and it's the same thing too. Like we've been promoting and saying all ages, all ages, all ages, and recently we were talking, and he felt like I think it'll sound way better if we promote it as family friendly. And I remember hearing that term, I believe, with Butch Hartman when I believe when he was promoting his television program, calling it family friendly than all ages. Because if you say all ages, it mainly makes people think, oh, this is just for kids, and you know, adults don't need to read it. But honestly, like even reviews are reviewed issue one, like you're just gonna have fun reading this book, and you know, people who's gonna enjoy this book is for those that know how to read, you know, and it's entertaining for both kids and adults. And I think that when you say family friendly, I think it just includes everyone. It's going to include the adults. It's going to include kids and even teenagers, if anything. So honestly, I think just words and how and what the meaning are behind it, you know, it just gives meaning. Wait, so how is it pronounced? Is that your actual name? Yeah, man. I just suck at, you know, I just suck at like what is it? Thought it was gonna be clever if I use a 5, but apparently not. Um it just makes everything even more difficult for them to understand. It's pronounced ichthus. And yeah, man, it has a cool meaning behind it and whatnot. And I feel like makes it more unique for me to be searched on Google than it is any other platform. Yeah, how else would you even do flats, right? It would take ages if you didn't use it. I know, man, because I've seen so many people complain they would rather use the bucket tool than the lasso tool, and I'm like, my gosh, dude, it's like you guys have no idea how great the lasso tool is. And I know sometimes, like I remember watching one because I always enjoy seeing like how to content, like how to do comics, how to color, and this is the whole progress. You know, I enjoy watching these, and then they'll be like, you know, they'll do gags where they're like, oh, like I'm just gonna keep using the bucket tool and just see like, you know, what color is it gonna select, and I'm like, what? What do you mean you're gonna see what color the bucket tool is gonna use? I mean, granted, I use the bucket tool to make the flying process much faster. That's only if you know line art like Freddy's over here. You're gonna get this done faster. But with others, I mean, they just gonna keep pressing bucket tool, and I feel like you're just in purgatory at this point, torturing yourself, just using bucket tool, and that's it. Like you're Even though, granted, they do say like, oh well, at some point I'll use a lasso tool, but I want to avoid using it. I'm like, no, no, stop, just stop. And then when they use the marker tool to color, I'm like, no, just stop doing it. You're just wasting more time. And with me, like, if if I have a resolution or if I heard a pro say that, like just to use a bucket tool to make the flying process much faster, I will definitely use that tool to, make the process faster. Because the last thing I want to do is, make people wait, especially for paid work. You gotta turn in your pages as fast as you can. It's like now that I got a more um, flexible time now, kind of want to do comics full time. Whether it's maybe coloring, I don't know. It's still debatable because I want to do more than just be a colorist. I kind of want to expand myself, and I've been taking some art courses. I've taken like Aaron Blaze's. Oh my God, that's wow. Sorry, I just got brain fart. Well, not brain fart. I got amazed by the color that was in my tools. It's a nice transition. But I was taking Aaron Blaze's anatomy course, and if you don't know Aaron Blaze is one of the Disney animator veterans back in the golden age of Disney, and I believe one of his first projects he worked on was, I think it was Aladdin, because I remember he was talking about Aladdin. Like he worked on Aladdin. No, actually, his Beauty and the Beast was his first project he worked on. But he worked on Beauty and the Beast. He worked on Pocahontas, Lion King. What else is this dude did? Because he has such a huge plethora of projects he worked on with Disney. I'm not sure if he worked on Treasure Planet, but I know for a fact he was the director for Brother Bear. And after Brother Bear, I think that's when he left Disney and was doing his own thing. Which, good on him. And now he has his online course called I even have the app too, so that way. Yeah, it's called Creature Art Teacher. And honestly, with this week, dudes, I'm not even sponsored or anything like that. I find it silly too when you have to bring this up. I'm just saying it because I like this dude's like teaching, and even the people he brought on his online courses, they're fantastic. And they're also industry veterans for Disney and all other studios like DreamWorks and other studios. But yeah, dude, I mean, his his instructors are great. It's like there's one, even stuff like storytelling for animation and live action. I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like, it is fantastic. I took his anatomy course, and it's such a breath of fresh air. And because I mean, I've taken anatomy courses, dudes, and I kid you not how frustrating it is that they're just, I don't know, I feel like I'm taking biology or something to study to be a doctor than an artist. And with Aaron, what he did was different. Was, look, I'm going to teach you how the body works, like the skeleton, and then after the skeleton, then you're just going to focus on the flesh, just to flesh it out, and all this and that. It's such a freaking fresh breath there, because it's either one, They'll just show you like the muscles of the human body and whatnot. And if that's not the starting point of the anatomy course, then they're going to talk to you about, head measurements. Now, Aaron does talk about head measurements, but it's really, really, really far away down the lines once you have a better understanding in each body part. But it's just those two that they will start talking about. Is either one, the human body of the muscle, or two, head measurements. And I'm like, what? Why? It's like I'm just already like turned off within the course, and I haven't even like started yet. So I would always feel overwhelmed whenever they brought up these topics and stuff like that, and it just turns off my brain. I just lose interest, and not only lose interest, but I just wasted money for something that wasn't really worth my time. I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm happy with Aaron's like anatomy course. I mean, it's just great. And it's not only like anatomy; he does teach you animations as well, which is something that I fell in love with when I was a kid. Animation was my first love of art, period, before anything else. Like, I was a kid in the 90s. Like 2D animation was gorgeous. I mean, animation was like everywhere. Like there was Don Bluth who freaking made. I can honestly say he was the one that pushed Disney to push their animation, because Don Bluth is, he's basically out of the studio. So there has to be somebody that is, keeping things fresh and new. I wonder if I use. Okay. So if anything, I rather use this one. Maybe a little bit darker. It's kind of nice transition. This one's a little lighter. All right, awesome. Let's see. Say, hell yeah, looks like it could be a part of one of the actual books. I'm guessing is like when I was talking about the flock. Correct me, Adam. 100% family friendly sounds like it's for children too. Yeah, yeah, I honestly do believe that, but I don't know. At least for me, like it makes sense. I think it's just something that lets parents know, like, hey, this is safe for your kids to, to enjoy as well as you can be part of it. I think it's just more a short-term answer. Okay, I've never heard it heard it before. Sweet. Oh man, you're awesome, dude. Hope I'll see you more often. Maybe if I stick to this time frame, maybe even a little bit earlier, I might do a little bit more earlier coloring streams. Say, oh wow, that sounds a lot more in depth than I was expecting. If I didn't already feel overwhelmed, I'm almost be sold on Aaron's course. Yeah, dude, Aaron is great. So yeah, social media and everything. I enjoy his live streams too. Like he'll just talk about his breakdowns and everything, all things animation. But yeah, dude, Aaron's great. I hope one day I might meet him somewhere in a convention. I mean, again, like a lot of these Disney veterans, it's like I'm here in Florida, but a lot of Disney veterans are always here up in Orlando. So 9 times out of 10, like you are most likely gonna cross paths with them, especially whatever school you're gonna enroll in, like whether it be the Arts Institute or Kubert School. And these animators are there helping to teach, the next generation of artists. Yeah, man. Let's see here. But yeah, dude, it's just a breath of fresh air, man. I freaking can't stand these art courses that they go so in depth with the body. Like, I cannot wait to finish that course with Aaron. And after that, then I'll jump onto story. Even the story one is very in depth, but he just like it's just so like he just makes it so stupid simple. You understand. He talks about like story types and tropes, everything. Oops, let me deselect this. Hell yeah, dude. It's looking promising so far. I can't wait to do shadows and lighting and all that good stuff. That's when the real fun begins. So I'm gonna. Godly, what are you doing, Clip? Then again, it's not like a high quality art piece. I'm basically coloring pixels. And like that too. Oh hell yeah, this looks way better. I like that color more. And there's just gonna do little bit changes here and there. Well, not changes, but now what I'm gonna do is now do shadows. Then I'll do like shadow brush that goes over the flat colors. Lock the flats. I might change the background colors later, but other than that, uh, there's still some parts that I've missed. We'll make the fixes now. Um, Let's see. I'll pop in more often for sure. I've been wanting to practice my drawing more anyway, and streams like yours will help motivate me. Ah, thanks, Adam. I'm glad in some way I'm helping you because I've been giving a lot of positive feedback and those that are shouting me out that they honestly enjoy my coloring streams because I'm helping some in some way, shape, or form, helping you break down like what to do and geez Louise, freaking Omni-Man is giving you a death stare. Yeah, I've literally messed up my freaking inventory. But back what I was saying, it's really nice. Like, I always get like positive feedback from my peers, and if you like, you know, work in progress that you see from beginning to end, you can just watch my streams, and I will literally just tell you my secrets basically in real time live. If you want to know exactly like what I take or how I learned this and that, like, if you don't mind spending your money, I'll tell you where to go, and it's not gonna. I'll make sure it's not gonna break the bank for you, because I honestly believe like yeah, you could go on the internet and for look for good tutorials that pretty much match what I've learned. But I feel like if you put more time in learning a new skill, and you want a faster, uh, like a faster rate on your progress, you know, just put in money. Like I'm not telling you go to school to go to art. Like to me, there's no point unless you want to work in a big studio. Then that's different. But if you're gonna be doing it independently and you want to do your own thing, then honestly, there's no point of going to school if your goal is to, be independent, be financial, be independent, take on projects that you want to take on, as well as, building a name for yourself. Then, go on ahead and start doing go ahead and start creating content. I mean, back then, like when I started doing coloring streams, I wasn't the best. I was taking coloring courses, so for me, like whatever the heck I learned, I'll use that as I'll take it as somewhat like okay, like I learned this today, so I'm gonna do this, and I'll pick like an art piece that I feel like might fit into the challenge that I want to put myself. Now this is the fun part. I'm doing shadows, guys. I'm doing the fun part. Thank you for your patience, because I know for a fact the flattening is never fun. The flying part is never fun. But hey, I appreciate your guys' patience. And I enjoy like talking while coloring because I honestly didn't know it was a skill in itself. But oh geez, what the heck did I do? Okay, I got scared. Thank God for Command Z to undo anything that whatever the heck it just did. I would be sad. It's sad just to start all over again, and you guys have to suffer watching me doing all that all over again. But yeah, man. I honestly enjoy doing live streams, share my breakdowns. Because I mean, yeah, like again, you can learn whatever the heck you want to learn for free. Beats that. But I believe like if you buy a course and it's somebody that that is done like Marvel, like got a lot of publishers like Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Boom Studios, like dudes that are legit and put in the time and work, and they're willing to share their knowledge and secrets to you for a fraction of a price of enrolling a college. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to do it because at least for me, in my thought process, it's going to be worth it. I mean, granted, like you know, as far as how you're going to start with commissions and all that stuff, and the type of clientele you're going to build, that's going to be on you. Besides, like this, doing this helped build my clientele, and people got to know like my work and how I do it in real time. Doing pros like this, like Freddie Williams the second, he might not know what the heck I am, but he sure as heck is gonna like what the heck I colored in his old works. You know, I had a few pros that would follow me. And that to me, it just shocks me. I'm like, what the heck, dude? It's like they work with amazing colors that will will freaking put me in circles without even trying. The mere fact that they are impressed with my coloring and they're willing to share with, I honestly have no expectations, but that always, it's always nice. It's always nice that they would retweet or repost whatever the heck that you can say nowadays, Twitter land. That they will share your work. It's very nice of them. Heck, even getting followed by them, I'm like, what the heck? I feel like I don't like this color too much. I'm not too much of a big fan. Let's try this brown. It's decent. We'll stick to that then. What I like about coloring too is like there's multiple ways of doing this. How I'm doing it, there's just multiple ways of doing it, man. You can start coloring dark and then build your way up to making it lighter and lighter. Or you can just do what I'm doing. Just pick like a color that's like down the middle or start bright. And then then you build your way down to making it more dark. Yeah, dude, it's just like again, want to build yourself up as an artist, and you got to brand yourself. And maybe I'm not becoming Mr. Smarty Pants 101 on art and stuff. Like I can honestly put Ichthus art or Ichthus colors, but I'm like, when Jazza rebranded himself, and when Jazza rebranded his channel from Jazza Art to just Jazza, and just basically a variety of doing art stuff, it's like it honestly just makes me think like, yeah, like if I say Jazza, this dude is an artist. Like I followed Jazza back in 2013. Wow, 10 years. My God, now I'm just feeling old. I followed him within 10 years span, but I think he started YouTube even way before that. So yeah, and I mean honestly, he could quit YouTube anytime if he wanted to. I think he even has his own studio, if I'm not mistaken. And I love his books on 21 Draw, and he always has like a special artist. Well, he actually has a lot of special artists in that book that basically like industry veterans that are in big studios and to share their work progress and like what their thought process was when they were doing it. Anything, if it makes more sense. I think I'm just gonna darken his feet. There you go. Makes more sense. Deselect here. There you go. Yeah, this looks so much better. It gives so much depth. Say, oh hell yeah. I'd feel incredibly excited if I woke up one day and had pros following me. Just shows that you're moving in the right direction. Yeah, no, definitely, dude. It honestly has, boosts my confidence, and I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. Do I want to be in the mainstream? No. Do I want to work in other studios that are not like DC and Marvel? Yeah, honestly, I would love to be in Boom Studios and work on Power Rangers. I'm a huge Power Rangers fan, so I would love to work on them, work with them. It's a proper term. So yeah, I think he lost some of his passion for animation and felt he needed to widen his content to continue to make an income. Yeah, dude, but animation takes so much time, dude. And even with a guy like Jazza that, did freelance work doing animation stuff, animation takes so much time. But I'm just so surprised that people that do animation and just find ways just to like, just find ways to like get it done quick too. And it's just the same thing. It's it's the same thing. It's like you just gotta know basics of the human body, anatomy, and shape language. I know there's like great books of for animation and like ways to like the thing that really freaking blows my mind is how they lip sync. Because I know like they say that um they basically like have the voice actors record their lines and then pretty much the animators have to animate whenever like the actors, you know, pretty much animate the voiceover of the actors, and I'm like, holy crap, dude, that's insane. Let me get back to coloring this bad boy here. Finish coloring Omni-Man. Oh, geez. Okay, cool. Oh my god. This thing is going so fast. Cool. I think for this one, so that way it doesn't blend in with the brown, I'm going to use purple. I use purple just to blend in whatever it is that, I see that's going to start getting dark. Ah, that's a nice little transition. How about this purple? I like this one more. That one more. Then over here, do that. Oh, geez, no. That's not the color. Oh, no. God, dang it. There we go. Ah, I got it right. See how this looks. Yeah, it's looking promising. So, how about this one? Yeah. I'll just use that blue. It's just going ahead and just start picking all of this. over here. Okay. I'm using the polyline, so that way, I'm pretty precise on coloring the windows. But I'll be honest with you, dudes. It's like using the lasso tool. I won't understand, you being annoyed by it, but the polyline, I will totally relate. I am not a fan of the polyline, but if I want precision, pretty much like what I'm doing right now, then I will use it. But there will be times where I kind of get lost if I'm using a polyline to get more of the doing more bigger complex shapes, and I will tend to get lost and end up adding more dots into it, and that itself it will be when I'll start getting lost. But yeah, not too much of a big fan of it. Just as long as I'm doing something like this, keeping everything nice and short and sweet. How it looks. Oh hell yeah, that's definitely going to be a winner. Let's see this color. I honestly like that one more. I will definitely use this blue. Okay, thank God. Let's do that. Let's. Tell you what, dudes. My advice: just eat before you stream, because the hangry beast is knocking on my stomach right now. And I'm saying it out of experience because it happened recently. Funny enough, it happened recently on when I was coloring Tyrell Cannon's piece on Worm from the Schlub. And my gosh, dude, it was, I don't know, my internet just pooped out of, it never has happened. It has never has happened that, every live stream, my internet was fine. But this one day, I get to have a special guest on, and that's also a pro that's, working with guys like Ryan Otley, which, funny enough, is the artist of the Invincible series, or comic book series, I should say, way back when, and is working on his book, The Schlub. my internet just pooped itself. Like literally, like I was hearing him talking, and next thing you know, I was coloring, and then I no longer hear him talk, and everything has froze. And then I see this thing on my screen saying like, "Oh, we lost." It's like you have no internet. I'm like, "What the heck do you mean I have no internet? What do you mean I have no internet?" YouTube. So it's like I can't even like do anything. So I had to like turn off and turn on and turn off my Wi-Fi and hope and pray to God that that I get back on my computer while I'm coding because and I want to thank Tyrell and I apologize again for the inconvenience. Because can you imagine you get invited on a live stream and just promote your book, and next thing you know, the dude that invited you onto his live stream, his internet just kicked the can, and now you're just there by yourself, not knowing what to do in the situation, whether to like opt out until the guy that invited you in the stream it says, "Hey, I'm back," or do what Tyrell did, and he just waited until like I come back and figured out what the heck has happened. Oh hell yeah, this looks so good. Oh my god. Oh yeah. See, same man, he's awesome. I followed him, I think around the same time. Oh, for real, dude? Yeah, man. Yeah, I love his new studio, dude. It's so freaking awesome. It is so freaking awesome, bro. My hair. You don't see it, but I see it. My hair's it's getting out of control now. And it's been blow dried and everything. And hairsprayed. Oh my god. No. I feel like I gotta play safe and put the hat on. Love my skull cap beanies. This always helps protect me from my horrible hair. Oh, no kidding. That sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, dude. It was so embarrassing, man. I'm like, how? Out of all days, why would you do this? My gosh, man. I swear, modern technology just sucks sometimes. But yeah, no, Tyrell was awesome. He was a good sport. And I'm glad he liked what I colored because, I don't want to color the same thing like, let's say, a pro already did. Like, I want to do my own take on how I want to color the piece. Because, I am somewhat of an artist that has, his own takes. And I want to do my own take on how I want to color the Schlub issue 2 cover that features Worm. Go. Right. Let's see. Go do this. Get rid of all this like little bits of yellow here and there. Oopsie daisies. There you go. Like that blue better. And then also too, I got to start building this habit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip the canvas and then just see like what changes I can make. Maybe for instance, this flag here, I'm not too happy how that looks. So I might use that same blue if anything. Just play around with the scene and see like what can I do just to make it better, you know? Because I've been staring at the same thing for hours on end. I don't do what I just did, you know. I'm I'm gonna miss something, and it's gonna look bad, and I'll be like, oh, why didn't I do this, you know? Kind of just gotta find ways to the simple things like that, just to avoid anything. Then, if anything, let's use this color here, and then yeah, you see, look at that. That's such a good blend. Holy crap. That's such a good blend. See, it just blends together so nice. Kind of like peanut butter and jelly, you know? It looks and tastes good. Like, that's how it should be. Oh my god, dude. Yes. Maybe if I do the same thing for this one, right? Let me go back. Do the same thing here. Bam, look at that. Little changes like that is just going to make a huge difference, guys. You know what? I got to add some shadows to like everything else. See? Yeah, that looks good. Go. Hell yeah. I'll darken this dude's knuckles. I think if anything, maybe call me crazy. Maybe if I just lighten the browns a little bit. See how this looks. I think what that looks way better. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's way better. Go and darken this. Sweet. Nice. Anything, I might as well just complete it. Oh yeah. He's looking awesome. Okay. Now, let's see how this would look. Now just adding some shadows to his face. Kind of feel like it'll be way better if I actually use a airbrush if anything. So create another layer called shadow brush. All caps. Right? And use my go-to tool. Oops. Do like this. Okay. Now, I think I'll put some highlights. The highlight brush. Maybe I'll just put on some parts where like parts that his clothing is red. I might add like a little bit of like a hint of orange. Maybe orange, or I think orange will be better. Let's go ahead and do that, right? See, yellow. Yeah, I'm not digging this. Is it because, like, okay, I see why. This red is kind of already bright as it is. So it's gonna be kind of hard for me, like, how to break it down. Try this bright yellow one. There you go. Hmm. Always enjoy the challenge, guys. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder. I use. Ooh, okay. This is a whole new perspective on this one. Kind of use this one instead of the other one, right? Oops. this color. Okay. Let's do some little fixes here and there. Okay, now, all right. Oh yeah, this is okay. I think I found a way to get away with this. There you go. Otley's line work makes me feel jealous. Been trying a variation of Finch's style for a few years now, and I find mine rarely looks as nice as the incredibly simple line work Otley does for Invincible. Maybe I should start trying to learn from his work instead. Honestly, dude, just always with art styles, man, it's just gonna come to you naturally. And again, at least for within my experience, just always consume other artists and make yourself as as invisible and complex as maybe even not complex, like a chameleon. It's like blend your own background and just make yourself stand out. Because I know Esquivo, and I followed Esquivo's way before he started. When he got his big work day on working with Wesley Snipes comic, and with Esquivo, like he found a good way that his huge influence was Finch, but he was able to find a way a way that he just did his own twist on Finch's style, and with that, he got a lot of work, and now he's a full-time artist. You know. Let me see. In my mind, I always thought the more detail and hatching, the more badass and cool. But Ollie's work proves the opposite can be true. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, it's honestly just depends on like how you want to do. I guess how you want to do it in your work, as well as like if you want to do comic book work, then the mission is to always like start with simple shapes, And then slowly, when you get a good grasp at it, then, start doing your own thing, like adding, um, cross hatches and all this stuff to make it look cool. You know, it's just going to come natural to you as an artist. So, um, again, with me, like I'm still learning, but as far as how I learned over the years trying to develop an art style, even though I honestly don't have an art style, but with me is like you just pick up on other things, like, and then artists that you've picked up, they have their own influences. I love, let's say, Eddie Nunez, right? I love Eddie Nunez art style, but then when I look at other artists like Joe Mad, they have very similar. They have somewhat like a very similar art style, and who knows? Maybe that was his influence. But I know with Eddie Nunez, his influence with his art style that he liked very making it very blocky and square, and then he looked into Disney and that with Disney's their shapes are always nice, round, and clean. So he has a really good like mix between the two. And again, I'm always looking at other arts and see how the heck they do, you know, how the heck they do it. Let's see. Orange makes sense, I think, especially if your skylight and source being orange. Yeah, it's true, dude. You're right on the money. I kind of use orange so that way, like, it would brighten up the color scheme. But I think with this color, it's gonna help it go even beyond what its initial look is. Oh, it's too much orange. Kind of like make the thumb stand out. Oops. Yeah, you're gonna hear me say oops a lot whenever I kind of overdid myself. I wanted to give it a little more painterly look to the piece. Oops. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. Now, with his face, I'm gonna give some little bits of highlights here and there. So, kind of want to. Oop, there we go. I want his face to stand out. No. Always just gonna stand out with your face. Whenever you do something like this, is gonna be your cheekbones, your eyes. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Now that looks epic. And then just lighten it just a little bit. Then okay. And then now for the clouds, I'm excited for this part. See how it's gonna look. We just Oh, hell yeah. This looks beautiful. Let's see. Daily in the chat. What is up, total omniness? What's up, Dale? That was awesome. Let's see. The face is the best parts. Was the best part so far. I like the warm tones you use for the shadow, especially. Thank you, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. I'm pretty much almost done. After I'm done, I'm gonna eat because the hangry monster is crawling in, telling me, feed me before I ruin your colors. When it hurt, what hurts the most? Let me go on ahead and start. Just gonna deselect all this. And now I'll try playing around with some textures, right? Okay, why isn't it doing anything? Come on, man. There we go. All right, now kind of want to use the same, geez, dark orange that I used earlier, right? Oh God, no. Okay, that's a big no for that brush. Then go with this one here. Okay. Try my best to. Oh. And then what I want to do is turn off everything, right? This is going to be my light source. Then I put color. And we'll pump it down to 10, right? That way it kind of blends in with the environment. Okay. Kind of digging it. Oh, like that, way better. It's very minor, but it works. Yeah. Pretty happy how this looks, guys. So I'm going to end the stream like this. I'm pretty happy and satisfied how this looks, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the whole process. Let me see. You have a personal Discord server or art server you interact on most? I noticed you on Sean Norton's server ages ago, but pretty sure his has long since died. That's a good question. I kind of use Discord to like help promote whenever I do live streams and stuff like that, and I forgot to promote this live stream. But if anything, dude, like add me as a friend and dude, like we'll just talk on through DMs and stuff. I am thinking of maybe one day do a Discord channel, but with that, like I'm just honestly trying to build myself up. But I think maybe even building a tight knit community, like you like Adam and Dale, just so that way you have an idea and when I go live instead of just hoping and praying that you get notified from YouTube because YouTube tends notifications are kind of a mess if you're not um, like on top of this certain channels. So even if you have the bell on, still like you have to make sure that you're always on that channel every which way. But enough of my jargoning. Just add me as a friend and definitely, dudes, I'll let you all know when I go live. I think that would be cool. Do live streams with fellow artists doodling together. That sounds weird. That's Adam. You are too funny, man. Yeah, I mean, I would like to do an online studio. Something we'll do like once a month. That would be fun. So, I'm going to switch the cam. Thank you, dudes, so much for watching the stream from beginning to end. You guys ooze of excellence as always. And remember, dudes, stay awesome. No, that's not my thing. Stay excellent. Yeah, that sounds a lot like what I would say. Stay excellent, dudes. You all are awesome. God bless.